the end, George wanted to die. And one night he said, I'm going to have the most wonderful sleep now, meaning it was going to be the sleep of death. And one night he said, let's have one last kiss. And not one to refuse the request of a dying man. We did have one last kiss, but it wasn't the last night, probably about 3 or 4 nights before. And yeah, but every night he said, well, goodbye. And every night I was saying to him, George, you can go now. You've done everything.
Well, now, stand around a peanut, man, stand around a peanut, man, yeah! Now, the next number, I have to look, because I suffer from what is called dementia. It means that I have no sense of time or space or distance. Not inconvenient, because I'm surrounded by people who will put my hand on the glass rather than over there or over there. Oh, rockin' cheese, God.
Probably the first time I realised that something, apart from just him being very forgetful, never knowing what day it was, that there was something really wrong, was I went out into the street, just outside the house here, down the road, and there was George looking for a taxi. So I went up to him and said, should I help you find the taxi or something? And he said, hello, and I could tell by the way he said hello that he didn't recognise me. And so I said, George, it's me. And he said, well, who are you? I said, come on, George, it's Diana Melly. Oh, he said, I wonder where you fit in. When we came last November, I said to him, what is the prognosis? This is when he said it had spread to the other lung. And I didn't quite realise what prognosis meant. I meant by the question, what happens next?
I didn't know.
Yeah, well, I didn't. And he said, well, it means he's got months, not years. George didn't hear what he said about months, so he said to me, what did he say? And I said, well, he says you'll see this Christmas, but you won't see next Christmas. To which George replied, well, I didn't like Christmas anyway.
I'm mistrusted. I like to say, to quote Groucho Marx, which I'm going to have on my new album, hello, I must be going.
We none of us know when it's going to be. But the not knowing thing is quite hard, isn't it? But, I know what I can plan for. I can plan for the next 2 away gigs, and I can plan for the local gigs, because that'll be easy, and plan for the grandchildren to come round, and and then I must tell people if they'd like to see George, they better come before the end of the summer. Yeah.
I'm the last rose.
The last rose of summer, are you?
But, I mean, what's the most drunk that you've ever been on a stage?
Well, out under a piano, really.
Were you out? I mean, were you spark out?
Yes, I passed out.
Or were you attempting to sing from a prone position?
I sang on the way down. I more or less stopped when I bit the parquet. Yes.
3 days ago, when the district nurse came and the Macmillan nurse, and George was in bed, they're kind of implying he hasn't got very long. So you get into that mode of thinking, OK, the hospital bed is coming. Where should we put it? Which room? Where will George be happy? Where will we put the commode? You're kind of getting your head around the fact that perhaps he's going to be dead in a few days. That's what they're sort of implying. And then all of a sudden, there he is in the back of the car, or getting ready to do a concert. I find it very hard to I don't know where to put my head or my heart, I don't know what I hope for with it. I feel a mixture of shock. I feel quite numb, and I often feel very upset. And I don't quite know what to do with myself.
facing us. And then, yes, and then take
This is dementia ordering me about here.
on that side of this, you'll find one of those cups.
Oh, glass, this one.
Yes, we'll pick it up, put it there, and put all this stuff covering.
Right.
I went in, I took his hand, and he said, I've had a terrible night. And so I sat down, and I said, tell me about it. And he said, I haven't got long now. And I think he then said, and I don't mind.
I'll be in front of a public, which is what all entertainers want, to win them.
You okay?
What?
Are you okay?
No, of course not. I'm dying, you know that. Yeah. Cross the river Jordan where she rolled. Did it ever make you feel you wanna shout?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome up the great Mr. George Melly.
Oh, Rockety's got me.
Oh, rocket,
My cane's by my side.
and a fine upstanding thing.
Go. Fetch me my gin, son.
And it's coming up right now.
Oh, I'll tan your eye.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tan your eye.
George Melly.
I ain't gonna move from this cabin. This cabin's choking.
Oh,
Death is my constant companion, and it doesn't depress me in the least. You remember, Lord, I love you. How long in heaven she's been.
I'm not against intellectualism, but I do like sleaze.
Sweet child. I was in my trouble.